All right, it looks like that group was fast. So welcome back. This is part 2 to our money movement, if we call it that, but our fabulous way to bloom in the month of April. So we are going to be sharing, we had breakout groups, and we're going to be sharing our top 3 ways to grow our teams every day over the next 12 days. So we had 2 different groups. So they're all coming back from their breakout rooms. So we are going to have, let's see, those who were in Michelle's room, you were all here very quickly. I love that. So tell me, who's the presenter in Michelle's room?
See, Michelle, you're being called. Turns
Sorry,
out they
Michelle.
wanted me. I'm like, what? How do I get picked?
Like, oh my gosh. Okay, Michelle.
Okay,
what
so
did you guys come up with?
We talked about leading with something. So leading with samples, getting something in their hands for them to try, or leading with the Jafra app. We've got 2 wonderful virtual apps, leading with something like that. Making the connections with them, inviting them to something. We got our Facebook event coming up. This is a great time for them to come, invite them to it. And then they get to see a much bigger picture than just that sample or the app that you have given to them. Okay. And we also said, make sure that you're asking for their text number, not asking for a phone number, asking for a text number and permission to follow up with them.
Or either, depending on how comfortable they are, if they prefer to be texted or called. Okay.
So is that all 3 ways right there?
Yes, ma'am.
App, sample, and Facebook event?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a Facebook event, inviting them to something. If you have something live, you're inviting them to that. Something, inviting to a facial, one-on-one, but you've got to invite them to something.
Okay.
I have a question. What's the Jafra app?
You got your virtual try on makeup, and you got your virtual skin consult.
Oh, that.
You mean our website?
Oh, that's what you're calling. Okay.
The website, our personal
website. Jafra tools.
Yeah, got it. Okay, got it.
Okay, so let's get detailed. Okay, so if we are going to go out and give samples, how do we do, what do we put in the bag? Let's do before, during, and after, not just a thought. So what do you put in the bag? What do you say? And how do you get a follow-up if you're going to invite them somewhere? Okay, do the one before, during, and after of sample bags. Somebody.
Your sample bag should have contact information in it. It should, I mean, those little tear off fragrance samples are great. I was sitting next to a girl having my nails done. She goes, oh, I didn't know you guys have fragrances. One thing I've left out that I think is really important is to have some kind of a note to remind them, because sometimes you're just giving it to the girls in the office that you're passing by. So a follow-up. So basically what you're telling them verbally, I think you have to put something in there. So you're putting your QR code, your website, however you're putting that, how they follow up with you, a sample of something that getting their opinion. I like that, what Evelyn said. And then also getting a contact number so you can follow up and getting permission, because you're not sitting there going, oh, I gave her my info, but I didn't say I was going to follow up. So it's something they're expecting, and everybody wants to know what's in it for them. And the one thing that's helped for me is to say, I have a $10 gift certificate for you.
Okay.
Sarah, can I add something to that?
Sure.
I found, some of you have probably worked with Vistaprint, but I had these postcards made. It just says, want to kiss skin problems goodbye, and they could get a free facial makeover or spa experience, and they get 10% off or a free small product, and then it has my information on the back. But I found just carrying these in my purse, and then if I get interest, if they're interested, then I can do the sample thing. And so you're right, it does help to have, besides maybe just your business card, something with a little more on it that tells them what they're going to get. Why would they want to check things out with you?
Okay, so we have a bag, we have potential samples, okay, from fragrance to skincare sachets. Your brochure has samples of fragrances in it too, just in case you didn't order any samples. Your brochure has plenty of scent strips in there. We're launching a new bloom. So we're inviting everybody to try our new You Bloom fragrance in our brochure today. There's sample strips in here. So you want to know the pages there's fragrance samples on for sure. So they're either going to give the opinion of trying these products, blah, blah, blah. But why are you giving it to them? What is your purpose of giving out samples?
I just want to appreciate you. I'm sharing the love today. Have you heard of Jafra? It's just a really, people want to be appreciated. It's not like, oh my gosh, she's talking to me. She wants to sell me something. Hold on a minute. I got to push this button. But
Okay.
it's really what's in it for them.
Yeah, and if people like it when you want their opinion, that their opinion is important to you.
Okay, so it could be looking for opinions. I'm looking for a couple of sample testers or product testers, or when was the last time you treated yourself? Now that the mask is off, how is it working in the store today without wearing a mask, right? So how do you like that? How did it go working here during, COVID or post-COVID? How long have you worked here? Remember conversation and just say, I am just out saying thank you. I'm being of service. I run a beautiful spa and skincare and cosmetics business, and I'm a spa on wheels, or skin consult. And I just really want to celebrate people who made it through this in this wonderful service world, right? Or I'm looking for your opinion. So you want to have that reason. If you use our social calendar, you can also use its National Stress Awareness Month. And you're helping treat 10 people. I get to treat 10 people only today to a complimentary 2-day facial tonight and tomorrow. Would you be willing to take a minute tonight and tomorrow to treat you as my act of kindness today during National Stress Awareness Month? It's National Helping Women Heal Month. I just use what's going on, right? So maybe you could do something that way. It's Earth Day. Have you heard of all of the botanicals and royal jelly with Jafra Cosmetics? This is Earth Week, so we want people to come back to nature and natural botanical products. You can twist it. I love what Sarah's saying. I love what Michelle's saying. Have the reason, and you have to make everything limited and fast, you guys. Okay? So if you have a $10 gift card, so I can only give this to 10 people. Would you like to be one of my 10 I treat today? Okay, during Earth Week, I'm focusing on the bees and nature and botanicals, whatever it is. So would you be willing to treat yourself to a little facial, a royal facial tonight and tomorrow? Or, just sit down tonight, have a cup of tea and just go through our book and smell all the beautiful scents, and then give me your opinion tomorrow on your favorite. And by the way, we're going to be over at Starbucks on Thursday. Would you like an invitation? I only have 4 seats, but would you like to come and bring a couple of friends? And I'm going to actually treat you to a real back of the hand facial. Or again, you can take my app and do a free makeover tonight while you're smelling the scents, a free skin consult. But what's additional, I love what Sarah said, there's a call to action. There's a place to invite, like Evelyn said. There's a call to action. You get a $10 coupon just for attending our skin consults. We do facial Fridays at Starbucks. And again, they're every hour on the hour from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and you can bring up to 3 friends at my high top. Would you like to come? And who would be your besties to bring along? Great. There, you're going to get your $10 coupon for anything that you'd like to treat yourself to. Okay. Or your coupon's good for the next 3 days. It's between now and Earth Day. So I just wanted to see if that would be something you'd like to treat yourself to while I'm out treating people and thanking them for, again, all we've gone through in the last 2 years. It's my Be Kind, talking about bees. So we must have before, during, and after, and have a limit to how many, and a hurry action step or a place to invite with RSVPs. Okay. So excellent. You can use the apps, you can use samples, you can use our Facebook event, but I'm going to be honest, if you're putting all your eggs into the Facebook event next week and the Zoom meeting, it's not going to work. Failed. Automatic. You must do a lot more. People are ripe like a banana for 3 days. If you don't get a cause and an action or a place to invite them in the next 3 days, they die and go away and brown, and you got to make them into mushy banana bread. Okay. So, and you mix them with a whole lot of nuts, and because you feel nuts because you lost it. Okay. So we must always have something in the next 3 days to invite them to, expire to, or do a 5-minute survey to about, maybe you're just doing a survey to see the shopping habits of women in your backyard today. Where do they buy cosmetics, beauty? Okay. So again, beautiful, but it must have a before, during, and after plan. If you're just going to go give things out, it's not going to work. Failed. Okay. So anybody want to add to that? We're going to go to group 2.
We did say it was really important to do the follow-up as soon as possible. So it wasn't like we're just giving them out to everybody and not expecting follow-up.
Beautiful. Hand their phone if you can and say, put your number in my phone. Take a picture with them so they remember you. And then type in the text to them. Hi, this is Jackie Jaffra. Met you at the store. I'm calling you tomorrow for a 5-minute survey at 10 o'clock. Or I've got you +3 for Facial Friday. Okay. So do it right there if you can. If you can, it's okay. Write it down and tell them you'll text when you get home. What do you text them? Your website, right? You text them the opportunity brochure. So we have great services. You can buy, book, or begin if you choose to love these products like I do after your skin consultant makeover. Okay. So
one
again,
important statement, Jackie, we didn't mention is the saving and 30 to 50% off on their personal care and for their families, right? So I think that's a plus.
huge, by the way. Very, thank you. Super important right now. How do they buy their beauty products? How are they buying their toiletries? Has anyone ever told them about the best way to shop direct with Jaffra? Ask them. Just ask. Have they ever heard of this incredible way to open an account and shop direct to their door? It's just like telling people the best coupon in the world. And it's not being pushy. It's nothing. I would want to know. I hope somebody would tell me that. Can you imagine not having that? Ick. Go fill a cart once with everything you use in a day, top to bottom. Oh my gosh, it's horrifying. So love it. Excellent. Okay. Anything else? We're going to go to the next topic before we end.
Yeah, Jackie. One of the things I suggest is having some type of card, maybe like 4 or 5 questions, no more than that. Check off questions that they can, so that they can have that's Taylor, that they can have, check off 4 questions. Have you ever heard, they're in the sponsoring material. Have you ever heard of Jaffra? Blah, blah, blah. Whatever your 4 or 5 questions that's directly needed by you. Have them to fill that out and then tell them that at the end of the week, you're having a drawing for a beautiful gift of Jaffra, and that, you will follow up with them and let them know that they have won. And of course, all of them have won. Okay.
Everybody wins, right?
Everybody wins. Okay.
Love it. Excellent. You can do it by a slip. Remember, in iHeart to Jaffra movement under sponsoring tab in Jaffra Biz, things are ready to go. Door hangers, flyers, postcards, lead slips. So again, you can do that format. You can do conversational and invite them somewhere, invite them to an action, invite them to respond. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to go to group 2. Oh, go ahead, Shafika.
Oh no, I'm in group 2 anyway here, but I was gonna mention when Pat and I went out to the mall. She had to go to the Apple store, but while she was in there, we went out as far as just going in different stores as far as talking to people. But I always like having because I always, after I talk to them, I always say I want to come in and I just, would you mind a gift as far as just a thank you for the great customer service, that you provide every day. And one of the girls, when I said that to her, she put her hand over her heart and she said, "Oh my God, that is so nice." And I have samples of the bath salts that I give out. And it's in a little Hallmark card that I brought at the dollar store here, and I write a little note inside. And just I have a label that says, contact in the next, 3 or 5 days for an extra % off, when they buy the full product or whatever. But I followed up, and I've got an appointment scheduled for tomorrow. And 2 of the girls, couldn't, when I followed up with them, they were at their second job. And one of the girls, when I gave her the sample, she said, "Oh my God, I could use this. I'm always on my feet." She said, "I've got 2 jobs here." And I said, "Oh, I would love to, talk to you about an opportunity where you could probably get off your feet, more here." So 2 of the ones I followed up, they were at their second jobs. And when I called them, they couldn't talk, but they, we made an appointment for me to call back because they said they both wanted to, learn more here. But the other one I scheduled, and I always send them I have a virtual business card on my phone. So I text it right there, right in the conversation here. So I have their number. When I texted to them, they gave me their cell phone number right there. And I said, do you mind? I have a virtual business card that has all my information in my website that you can go on when you get a chance. And I said, "Do you mind if I text it to you?" And all of the ones that I met gave me their cell phone to text them to that. So, yeah.
Excellent. So I'm going to pause. I know group 2 might have more, but I'm going to pause a second. There's a lot of ideas in here, more than you think. Ready? So I'm going to help you. Number 1, set a goal. Mark your calendar on the 28th, our big Zoom event. How many will you have there as a guest? You must have a plan, and you must have a place to invite people. So if they can't make it this week, they could do that next week. You must put your goal on your day, how many guests you will have there. If you're a leader, you plus your team, okay? So that's one tool, okay? Number 2, we keep hearing having a place to invite them. So go look at the next 12 days. Where can you invite people? Block your openings, okay? So am I gonna have a party? Am I going to go do Facial Friday at Starbucks? Am I going to do a Zoom event? Am I going to find 2 hostesses to help me because I'm earning this wonderful promotion and maybe they can help me meet new people? Do I have friends that would do that? Could I host theme parties? So first you need events, secondly, you need the events booked right now. If you don't plan it, it's not going to just happen. So as you're meeting people, you have a place to plug them in. So your events or someone else's. Number 3, is there any community events? Maybe you don't know yet, you haven't Googled, but Google and see if you can get a tabletop, okay? Farmers markets, there's all sorts of places with Earth Day. What can you do if you're gonna do something again with hair designers? Just do a tabletop and treat them to something that day, whether it's a gift or a tabletop. Professional Administration Day, that's a big day. What are they doing for those people in their offices? You want to call now to either do something that day for them in the office or deliver gifts that day. Okay, gift certificates. Maybe it's free facials and $10 gift certificate. But those are some events that, again, this is number 3, community events or people to actually pamper based on your social calendar. Okay, so whether it's Google or your social calendar, that's a third one to get somewhere to pamper people or have a reason to connect with them. The 4th thing that I heard was you're looking for opinions on products, but how often do you text the video of the opportunity and ask for opinions? Everything's product, I get it, but asking opinions on the video. When you watch this, who do you think of? What do you like most? You've been in direct sales. I'd love your opinion. Your address book is full of people to do surveys with. Your Facebook account to do surveys. I love surveys. I'm learning people's shopping behaviors. I'm learning people's products they've been using after the last 2 years. Would you do a survey for me? What do you use for skincare today? How many steps? What do you pay per month? Just ask. Give them all a gift certificate for doing it. And they don't all have to be Jafra people. Could just be your personal page. Could be, again, ask people to share it forward. You're doing a 3-day survey. Share this, and again, just thank them in Messenger for taking it, right? So think about surveys from the video to skincare or their shopping patterns. Okay. Samples, plan for it, but how many each day? They must be booked in your calendar. Okay. And, or again, doing surveys with free samples after. So I want you to think about, do you have a plan each day? You can't do them all in a day, but the days you're going to work, whether you're reaching 3, 5, or 10, it's that strategy for the day. Okay. So I absolutely love that. So I want to go
Jackie,
back to Shafika,
real
group
quick,
2.
where is there an online place we can do a survey, like Survey Monkey or something? If we're gonna post something,
you can make your own on Survey Monkey. You can take ones that we have and just post it, and they answer in their comments below.
okay.
So you can do it either way. Absolutely.
Google Docs has some different.
Google
things too.
Docs has surveys. Yep, they do. There's tons of free ones. Just Google free surveys. So can
Okay.
I go to group 2, please? We're going to run out of time, so I don't want to miss group 2. Who is speaking on group 2?
Carol speaking.
Thank you. Okay, Carol, what were the top 3 ways?
Oh my gosh. Number 1 is use some of the items that are on your slide with free website, 30 to 50% off. Save it in your folder or whatever, send it to folks via your phone or text, whatever, and say, I'm helping people get extra income for the spring and summer. Whom do you know that may be interested? So use that slide. Lisa Brown just delivered a whole bunch of sweet potato pies at a local police precinct, and she's going to follow up to have a tabletop at the police precinct. So Mother's and Father's Day grad gifts, so she can do that and give them gift ideas. And Diana suggested that we search. She said she searched all past leads that she got from Jafra going back 5 or 6 years, and she's sending out a group email. I'm sure it's BCC, blind copy to the rest, with pictures of the 3 kits with the QR codes. And Diana made that for me, so I can send that, like Shavika saying, to people via text, and invite each friend to get a different product pack. You know, when they bring in a friend, and each one gets a different product pack so they can work together. All right.
I love it. Okay.
And
Tons of ideas.
on the email that I sent, I did get one answer, so it was worth it. And I'll having a chat with her later today. So who knows? But okay, that's I'm gonna share the final results of those emails. Thank you.
Excellent. Emails, texting, address book, right? There's so many places to communicate. I love a couple of things here again. So we already talked about, maybe you do a 3-day get happy with my appy. I'm just being goofy, but I'm just saying for 3 days, everyone who takes a skin consult, everyone who does a virtual makeover, whether you're emailing it, right? Inviting them to play with for your giveaway. So I'm going off Evelyn and a little bit of what this conversation is. I want to come back. Sorry, I have a list. But again, you could do a campaign like that. The next thing I heard, Carol, that just brought back again. I absolutely love, who do you know that? We are now, interviewing. We are now looking for consultants who want a shop opportunity or a spring come opportunity. Who do you know? Looking right now, who do you know that would love to shop and save? The world is open, and we're opening accounts for $19 this month for families to save 30, 40, 50%. Okay, kind of what Diana was saying, Carol's saying. So who do you know that? How many people are in your phone book? How many people on your Facebook page? Again, it could be a referral campaign. You can't do all of these. You got to pick from this menu, okay? But it could be that campaign. Who do you know? Mother's Day is a big deal. Tabletops to telling everybody you've got great, unique gift ideas. April 28th is next week already. So you got 9 days to complete shopping that way. But since they're shopping, like Manuela said, pause and say, you could have it at this price. Best gift you could give mother, a business and a pack. So most people spend a couple $100s on their mom or whatever, their wife. So I'd rather buy her a pack and a business for spring. How cool is that? All right. The other thing I loved, I heard Carol say, oh my gosh, have you really shared the price of those packs? Open a family shopping account and look at these prices. And again, one order every 24 months. There is no hook. There is no risk. Join, shop, but we're going to show you how to share And why not turn it into some extra income for your family? What would $300 a month do for you? So excellent, excellent, excellent. I love something else. The bucket. It's not the Easter basket. It's the bucket of old leads to call and say the world changed and so have my services. I haven't had a chance to reach out to you. I don't even know when or where I met you because so much has changed in 2 years. I don't even have a brain left to know where I met you, but I want to call and offer you my renewed services. Spring has sprung. We're back to life. And I would love to just from my heart pamper you. It's time for people to get together for a little bit of fun, a little bit of play. Don't worry how old they are. Don't worry what it is, what they said, what they didn't say. This is former consultants. It's everybody. Go back and just love on them. If they haven't bought in a while, no one cares. It's been a weird world. Lockdown's over. Let's open up the doors to fun. Okay. So Manuela, top 3 ways that you just sponsored the most in your team and yourself in the United States as we close.
Some of this you might have already heard, but really going out of your comfort zone, having a list. You kind of have to look at the people that are around you. Who do you know at this restaurant? Who do you know? Your needs. Whoever it is, you kind of focus and make a list. Because that way that keeps you focused. It keeps me focused. And you make a list and you decide, okay, this is where I'm going. I'm going this direction or I'm going this direction and make those stops. And if you happen to be, I happen to be at Bubba's and my husband and we recognize some people there. And he says, don't you know that lady? And I said, oh, I know them, but anyway, I went up to them and I don't go out of my comfort zone. I'm really shy. So I went up to them and I said, Manuel, because his name was Manuel, and Lupita. Then I recognized her and she said, she just invited me to her salon and we're going to do a little tabletop. Come on over. So you have to go out of your comfort zone, no matter what, where, call them out. Oh, I have something for you. And I've really been using this. Guys even stopped me to tell me how neat my purse is. It's my little Jaffa purse. And then I hand them my phone because I'm not really fast. So I hand them my phone. Give me your phone number so that I can send you my brochure. And they do. And then I make myself a little note on my phone, where it says notes, where I met them, and something else to, kind of jump up at me that, oh, okay, she's interested in this or whatever. Make little notes. And that's the fastest way. And then just follow up. Call them. I have a list. I already have a list of the 6 people I'm sponsoring this month. I have 2 that I've sponsored. I have 1 that has bought their kid. I have 2 others that have given me their $20, but they're working on an order. And I have a 6th one that called me. She was going to have a knee surgery or something. Just happened. She fell. So I need to get back to her. And I just keep talking to people. Diana, my second one was not even on my list. I just thought, how can I get somebody over there? I need somebody in Mathis.
That's my favorite. Go by zip code. We need a consultant in your area. Who do you know? Who do I know? I love that. I would tell you, I built by the map. I love that. We are looking, we need a consultant in the area. Manuela, that's awesome. That's a great idea. And it's really true. Look at where your consultants are and your clients. Look at their zip codes. Look where you have people or you don't, right?
One more thing. Listen to what they're saying.
Yeah.
Recognize some things in them that they're not recognizing in themselves. I sponsored a niece and she said like, oh, I'm going to make Jaffa my second gig. my second hustle, because she works from home. And she didn't want to be a consultant. She's my niece. She didn't want to be a consultant, but she's a shopper. So she wanted to buy at a discount. And she's always telling her friends, go to this movie, or what are you cooking? Or what? And I said, you can do this. It's so easy. And Deborah has it all done for you.
This is my favorite, perfect way to wrap this up. FORM is thinking about them and how this could better their family or their occupation and why they'd be good at this or how it could fit. Or again, what do they do for fun? Maybe they just love to shop and save. Good, that's recreation, right? So think of just connecting to people in finding each day. The key is the list. Manuela made a decision and her entire business has turned completely upside down in the best way. The growth is phenomenal. The success, she is unstoppable. And make this month your decision to do that. You have had great ideas today. I have about 25 different ways you could do this today. How many of you feel like you've got a list of ways? Now you got to plan your days. So each day you're working, it's a green day. It's a growing day. And you must wake up with a plan and a list and do it. If you need an accountable buddy, consultants work with your manager and be accountable every day. Say what days you're working, how you're going to get there, and have someone to be accountable to. Leaders, I know district builders, you're in coaching groups, you've got an accountability team or buddy. You got to stay on this for 12 days. Do not fail one day of connecting with each other. If you are a leader and you need a buddy, get one. Okay, be it in Jeffra, not in Jeffra. Having that 12-day accountability matters. It doesn't mean you have to work for 12 days. Literally, I promise you this, and I wouldn't say it if I didn't do it myself. I remember being pushed to have 10 sponsors in one day. Anybody take that challenge years ago with Doug Firebaugh? I was forever changed because I never thought I could. I'd never done anything that crazy in my life. And all I did one day was that, and it was done. Nothing is difficult when you make a decision like Manuela, who shared with us on many trainings. Make the decision and just do it. Make your plan, get your list, talk from your heart. Think about what's in it for them first, not what's in it for you, okay? And you will enjoy this. The joy of 6 people saying thank you is the best May Day you could ever have. And that's what this is about. So it changes you, but it changes their life forever, just like Jeffra's changed yours in many different benefits, reasons, all of that. I hope today helped you. I wanted to take time to hear you. Next week, all we do is hear you. So you will share what worked over the week. What do we have to do to make it work by the end of the month? Okay. So did today help? Was it helpful? You all know, but you got a plan. So thank you so much for joining. District builders, I'm just going to keep you on for 5 minutes if you can, please. And everybody, thank you. Make it a great week. I'll be out in San Fran. So keep sharing on Facebook what worked. Let's get this movement going for everybody, not just those that are here. Share, post, I'll approve everything while I'm sitting in all of the trip and doing all my crazy things out there with Miss Evelyn. And so we'll be sharing, but post it, share, celebrate the success you're having. Please don't just keep it to yourself. Let's get everybody being Jeffra happy. Okay. So thank you all from my heart, District Builders. Just stay on for a couple of minutes. Goodbye, everybody.